Do you think maybe it's a Parasaurolophus?
I think it is absolutely a Parasaurolophus. Look at this big honker. This is Parasaurolophus, one of my favorite dinosaurs of all time. We're going to talk more about it in a little bit. It's got that 3-foot-long nasal passage / head trombone attached to its skull. Oh, by the way, what do you get when a Parasaurolophus blows its nose?
What?
Out of the way, am I right? Anyway, let me show you one more image of a Parasaurolophus. This is the original one. This is one with my friend Zach Martolucci. That's really all you need at this point. Those are our Parasaurolophi. Ooh, I hope it is Parasaurolophi. I like that. All right. That is our dino of the day, Parasaurolophus. It is a Hadrosaur. We're talking about Hadrosaurs today. I'm going to bring the bingo screen up to the front one more time, just in case you want to take a screenshot so we can play our Dino Bingo today.
And while we're doing that, Sharon, you want to give us the punchline to your joke?
Bingo screen up to the front one more time, just in case you want to take a screenshot so we can play our Dino Bingo today. I don't know who that is. Mom, that might be you. Can you mute? Can everyone mute? Because I think there's a lag and you can hear me twice. Anyway, yeah. Shouts to Grace for making this. This is our Dino Bingo. Let's see if we can get some bingos today. We already saw both Tinley, Maya, and Max, actually. It's a pretty good start. We also are going to play a new game today. We're not going to play it yet. We're going to play it at the end when we're going through all your amazing Parasaurolophus art. We're also going to do toy dino IDing. So we're going to try to identify if you have a toy dino or a shirt that has a particular dino on it that you're not sure of the species. Find that. Get that ready because we're going to try to ID those toys at some point as well because, you know, that's almost as good as finding an actual dinosaur in the earth.
Oh, Dino West is ready to go. I see you. Who else?
So, ooh, look! Oh. Quick shout out to my nephew Miles here. He looks like he's holding a Parasaurolophus toy. I like that. Dino West also has a Parasaurolophus. Great. We got some hardcore para fans here today. But first, we have to start with Rob. Where's Rob? There he is. Rob, I'm going to unmute you for a second because yesterday Rob won Dino or Not a Dino. So what you get to do because of that is pick who will play today. So Rob, of our esteemed co-hosts like Em and Grace, let me say Jada, Kristina, Megan, of all those people, who would you like to compete in Dino or Not a Dino today?
I pick M.
All right, we're gonna go.
I'm honored, Rob. Thank you.
And what is your shirt today? You always come correct.
Oh, I didn't have an on-theme shirt, so I'm repping the best podcast of all time.
Fine. If you guys don't know Ologies, it's an amazing podcast. A friend of mine, her name is Allie Ward, interviews scientists, and she's hilarious and informative, and it's great. So she interviews people who are ologists of all type, like biologists, paleontologists, anything that ends in ology, an ologist, and it's great. Check out that podcast. It's called Ologies. But more importantly, Em, you got a beverage, you got glasses on, so I can assume you're ready to play Dino or Not a Dino.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now, again, if you want to help her, I'm going to give her like 5 seconds or so to answer. If you want to help her and you think you know if it is or it is not a dino, maybe shout it out. Send a message in the chat box to her. That is MMM. I'm calling you M&M from now on. All right, here we go.
My middle name is Anne, so it works.
Anne?
Anne.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
Yeah.
Actually, doesn't change much. All right, here we go. Again, the way that Dino or Not a Dino works is I have 10 animal names that I'm about to read to you one by one.
Okay.
Some of them are names of actual dinosaurs, and some are names I've totally made up. So it's either a dinosaur or totally made up. When I read it, all you need to say is dino or not a dino. Are you ready for the biggest moment of your life?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Animal number 1. This one's kind of easy. Thought I'd get the ball rolling. Hadrosaurus.
Oh, that's absolutely a dino.
Hadrosaurus, that is the quintessential member of the Hadrosaurid family that we're talking about today. Hadrosaurus, yes, that is a dino. You are 1 of 1. Great job. Number 2, Giganotosaurus.
I'm going to go with not a dino.
It is a dino. Actually, I don't know if it's Gilmorio or Gilmorosaurus, but that is actually a different type of hadrosaur. So Gilmorosaurus is a dino.
All right.
One. All right, number 3.
I don't know if that one counts then, because the name you said wasn't maybe a dino. But then the name.
Gilmore or Gilmorio. They're dino. It's a dino.
All right. I was just trying to help you.
Thank you.
Number 3. Giganotosaurus.
I'm gonna go with it's a dino.
It is a dinosaur that has a giant carnivorous theropod. In fact, that is 50 Cent's favorite dinosaur. I know that because he tweeted about it once. True story. All right, you are
delightful.
2-1. Number 4, Ornella. Ornella.
Watching the chat box to see if anyone's coming to help me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with not a dino.
You are correct. That is not a dinosaur. Apparently, that is a character from Game of Thrones. Ornella is a character from Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I was told that.
That's an
All right.
obscure one.
I haven't either.
Well, then your excuse. All right, you're 2-2 after 4. Halfway there. Next one, Dubinator.
I'm gonna go with no, not a dino.
I can't even keep it together for that one. Dubinator is not a dinosaur. You are correct. Dubinator, I made up. Next, Struthiomimus.
That sounds like a dino name. So I'm gonna go with yes, it's a dino.
You are correct. That is a dinosaur.
Yes.
You're 4-2 right now, crushing it. 4-2 in the home stretch. Next, Troodon.
I'm seeing some nods and some thumbs up, so I'm gonna say it's a dino.
It is a dino. Wow, you're
Yeah.
Troodon is a dino. Well done. One of the smartest dinos, actually. All right, next, Basenji.
I'm gonna go with not a dino.
No, that is a breed of dog. So you are correct. Basenji is not a dino. Next, Tessum. T-E-S-E-M. Tessum.
I'm gonna go with not a dino. I've never heard that one.
Fortunate. That is also another dog breed. So no. You are right now. Let's see if we have one more, which means you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-2. You've already won. The last, you want to end on a strong note. Last one is the dino, Dinosaurus. Grace's face is doing things. I don't know what that means. Ooh, Miles, I see Miles is going no. Dinosaurus.
I'm seeing some no's and some thumbs down, but Rob is saying yes. So I'm gonna say it's a dino.
Oh, Rob is trying to trick you to maintain his supremacy. That is not a dino.
Rob!
Yeah. We have Deinonychus. Dinosaurus is not a dino. But you still won. You were 7-3, crushing it. Well done. Congratulations. You have won dino or not a dino. And you have won the right to choose who plays tomorrow.
All right.
Congrats. All right.
Thanks for choosing me, Rob.
Yeah. All right, Kristina, how you doing? I just want to say, check back in with my esteemed co-host here. Kristina, you doing good?
Hey, yeah, feeling good. I'm eating pancakes while we learned about dinos today. So it's a pretty good Sunday.
I would take waffles over pancakes any day. I
agree.
It's a very polarizing choice, waffles versus pancakes. But waffles,
times are hard.
They got a syrup trap. They got little compartments.
I agree.
A little bit of
But look,
crunch.
it's got blueberries in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I would still rather have a waffle with blueberries. I would put a blueberry in little compartments because why not?
Okay, well, I'm going to enjoy my pancake.
I'm coming off very negative towards your pancake. Sorry. I'm sure your pancake.
Quarantine times.
Yeah, we do. Make the best with what we've got.
All right, let's get into it. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Hadrosaurids. If you want to be colloquial with it, thank you. It's the Hadrosaurs, the duck-billed Hadrosaurs, also known as the Hadrosaurids. Let me share a picture of what some of these beautiful specimens look like. I have one where my images get mixed up every time. It's so weird. Well, here's a basic looking generic Hadrosaur. In fact, I believe this is actually Hadrosaurus. So yeah, they were the duck-billed, herbivorous dinos. They lived from about 86 million to 66 million years ago. So right at the end of the Cretaceous up until the meteor that killed all non-avian dinosaurs. Hadrosaurus, even though this sounds kind of rude or maybe complimentary, depending on what you're into, Hadrosaurus translates to thick lizard. Although Wikipedia spelled it wrong, they put Thick. I think it's actually 2 C's. We can look back into that later. So the other interesting thing about hadrosaurs like this, and you can see he's kind of rearing up on a tree to eat some vegetation. The adults walked almost always on 4 legs, right? We think that there are times that they walked on 2 or leaned up to get vegetation, using those front arms to brace itself. So the adults walked mostly on 4 legs. However, the juveniles, we think, primarily walked on 2 legs until they got large enough to walk on all 4. So that's a pretty interesting distinction between the adults and the juveniles. Other really cool thing about these guys, let me show you another image here. We like the kind of the lines on this one. They had multiple tooth rows. So these guys had literally hundreds of teeth in their mouth, and they're constantly growing new ones, shedding them, replacing them, growing new ones, shedding them, replacing them. So we find a lot of hadrosaur teeth, more so than other body parts, because there's just so much more out there. So they're always doing this because they're grinding a lot of plant matter, and they need to keep on replacing those teeth. And the dental battery, some people might call it. Oh, and this is a really
Dustin,
cool.
while we're talking about their teeth and mouths, I got a question asking if their mouths were hard like duckbills or soft like skin.
Hard. I mean, you can see it right here. And this is a pretty this is one way you can tell a hadrosaur is a hadrosaur. They have these elongated, almost snout-like top and bottom of their skulls. You can see the dozens of rows of teeth in the back. And that's the diagnostic feature for hadrosaurs. They have these elongated front of the snout, but it's bone, right? And it gives it this kind of duckbill look almost, hence the name duck-billed hadrosaurs. So that's a general overview of these guys. They're found in almost every continent. We have not found them in Antarctica yet. We also have not found them in Africa. We are starting to find a lot more dinosaurs in both Africa and in China, mostly because we hadn't really been looking there. We're finding some amazing animals out of places like Eastern Africa. And most dinosaurs we found in Canada and the United States simply because that's where people have been looking, and there's been exposed rock that's at the right age to find them. But it doesn't mean they're not literally on every continent. Now, we're going to talk about 3 hadrosaurs today, 3 examples of cool-looking hadrosaurs. And we're going to obviously start with, well, the one that started all. Here we go. Screen share. Back to our friend Hadrosaurus. So this is Hadrosaurus. I mean, it's called Hadrosaurus, and they're Hadrosaurids. So this is the guy that you think of when you think of Hadrosaurs. The cool thing about Hadrosaurus, I mean, by the way, it weighed about 15,000 pounds. These guys are pretty big. Let me see if I have one. Do I have a size? I don't have one for size here. But they weighed about 15,000 pounds. And the cool thing I think about Hadrosaurus, at least, is Hadrosaurus was the first dinosaur ever found in the United States. So way back in 1838 in Haddonfield, New Jersey, they uncovered parts of a Hadrosaur skeleton. Fast forward 50 years to 3 plus 5, carry the 2, divided by 4, cosine root. 1858, nope, that's 20 years. 1888, math is not my specialty. In 1888, at the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia, the first ever dinosaur mount to be put on display in the United States went up, and it was Hadrosaurus. And in fact, because it was so popular and thousands of people came to the museum to see it, the museum for the first time ever began charging admission simply to try to deal with the amount of people that came to see the Hadrosaur, the very first dinosaur ever put on display in a museum in the United States. So you could also say that Hadrosaurus kind of started it all for the rest of dinosaur displays, really anywhere, especially in the US. So that's my favorite thing about it. Now, that's a basic Hadrosaur, right? We know its name. I like Hadrosaurs because they have some of the craziest ornamentation and skulls and crests out there, including our next one, which is one of Kristina's favorites. So I'm going to let you intro it, and I'm going to show you some pictures while you're talking. Kristina, take it away. What's its name? What's the deal?
I love the Corythosaurus. They're super cool. Their name means helmet head, like a Corinthian helmet, like a Grecian warrior. And like with a lot of our hadrosaurs, like including the dino of the day, they have this crest on top of their head that could have been used for multiple things. Like you've said before, if you see some sort of extra feature, it might be for fighting or for flirting.
When you say extra,
this one in particular, it's possible that it was used for,
oh, just like,
extra.
When you say extra, you don't mean like, oh, it's got an additional feature. It means like it's really gone crazy that it's so extra. Like that.
Yeah, it's like over the top, like accessorizing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. This particular one might have been used for amplifying sound,
Mm-hmm.
so that the Corythosauruses could honk at each other across long distances.
Honkers.
Oh, something that's really cool about these, they found one with the last thing it ate fossilized along with the bones.
Ooh, cool. Like in
Yeah, so
what was he eating?
some pine needles and some berries.
Pine needles and berries. That is very cute.
Yeah.
Here's another really beautiful Corythosaurus. Corinthian helmet lizard. Oh, here's another one I saw out on the island a couple years ago. Yeah, I like this one because of the speculative color on it. The color is different on the head as well as the back. But yeah, I mean, these, Kristina, you mentioned, look at this skull. Look, it's crazy looking. Very extra. Definitely looks like.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Very extra. And someone is saying this to me in the chat, and I found this in my research on these too. So they reminded people of a cassowary type of bird who was also very extra. So that link was drawn there with the extra, what's it called, crest on its head.
Cool. Nice.
Oops. I got my...
We are slowly, as we go through our 3 Hadrosaurs of the day, we are slowly lessening in size. So first was Hadrosaurus, about 15,000 pounds. Corythosaurus is about 10,000 pounds. Kristina, are you ready for today's piece de resistance? One dinosaur that is tied for my absolute favorite ever.
Oh my God.
You're ready, right?
Wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
You're not ready.
Now I'm ready.
Now you're ready? I wonder if Miles is still holding it. Miles, I'm going to switch to you. Can you hold up the dinosaur of the day? Miles, I'm going to unmute you for a second because I'm just curious to know. Oh, Sam's got some sort of sauropod too. Miles, what is the most special, most identifiable feature on that dinosaur? What makes that thing different than most other dinosaurs?
You can talk.
Yeah, you can talk.
It's back. Like no dinosaurs have like its head kind of growing out.
Yeah. Someone, where's that note? I threw that note.
Nobody has the longest head of this size.
They have a pretty big head, so that's
Only has the longest head.
okay. That's called a crest, Miles. It's called a head crest, or according to one person who was, oh, this is not the right, I lost my note. Someone wrote the funniest description of a Parasaurolophus ever online. Oh, well, I can't find it. No big deal. So yeah, Parasaurolophus, that is it. Let's see an image of it. Again, this is one of my absolute favorite dinos. Here's a Parasaurolophus I saw on the beach on Long Island a few years ago. It's pretty wild to be able to see that one in person on the beach. But this is it. This is what they look like. Again, mostly walked on 4 legs, could rear up on 2. They've got this giant, crazy head crest. Now this one, remember, Hadrosaurus, 15,000 pounds, Corythosaurus, about 10,000 pounds. This Parasaurolophus was only about 5,000 pounds, maybe 6,000, about 37 to 40 full-grown adults in weight. So get 40 adults and put them on a scale. That's how much a Parasaurolophus weighs. It means near-crested lizard. And it lived about 75 million years ago. Here's how big it is compared to a person. Still pretty big. Not quite as big as a Hadrosaur or a Corythosaurus. Here's another cool image with different blue-colored shading on it. But we have to obviously talk about that crazy head trombone. So this weird head crest that extends back, that whole thing for the largest Parasaurolophi, I want to say Parasaurolophi because it sounds cool as a plural. It was about 3 feet long, 1 meter long. So here's one at the American Museum of Natural History. We had giant googly eyes one day and we were playing around. The cool thing about these crests is that is not just bone. That is an elongated nasal passage, right? So when this thing breathed in through its nose, let me come back to my screen. When this thing breathed in through its nose, the air went in through its nose 3 feet backwards, looped back around, and then came back out its mouth, right? So it's basically like having a trombone attached to its skull, right? Because we think they use them for these loud, maybe long distance, cacophonous, really loud vocalizations, either to scare away predators or try to communicate with other Parasaurolophus, or maybe try to win a mate. You know, some people sing to their mates to try to win them over. Maybe he let out big honkin' nose trombone sounds to try to win a mate. We're not really sure. Like Kristina said, any weird extra features on a dinosaur, usually fighting or flirting, maybe both. Yeah, Kristina, go ahead.
I got a question that said, You mentioned that the crest may have been used to amplify sound. How much do we know about what dinosaurs sounded like, how they vocalized? And my best explanation for this, and I want to see if you can add to it, is using birds as a modern analog, looking at the way that their vocal cords work and the types of vocalizations and the situations in which they would vocalize. So using the modern, what's the opposite of ancestor? The one that's alive now, to put back to reconstruct what the one in the past might have been like.
Yeah, the easiest or the best way we think to kind of recreate dinosaur behavior or even sounds or movement is to look at modern corollaries, right? Things that are alive today that have a similar shape or function, and then we can use that to extrapolate to try to figure out what this would have sounded like, maybe how it would have moved. So for instance, we have really well-preserved skulls. Again, we share this one. This is a complete skull, and it's amazing, right? And so we know that that was hollow. And in fact, at the Field Museum, after a bunch of studies where they actually put air through this in a number of ways to see what sounds came out, they actually have a thing at the Field Museum in Chicago that you can push to make the sound that we think came out of the Parasaurolophus. And so for that one, it's not even like we have to guess about the proportions and use modern animals that look similar. We have a skull. We can be kind of sure what air moving through that would have sounded like. I say kind of sure because we're not exactly sure. The other really cool thing I want to mention about their skulls, let me share this screen, is they didn't all look like this, right? So here's a few different species of, or subspecies of Parasaurolophus, right? And we have different Parasaurolophus fossils that have different size bodies and different size and shaped skulls. So, I mean, of all, that's awesome because we see all this different diversity and variation within the species, within the genus. But it's really hard to figure out if these were all different species, closely related different species, or they were simply males and females of the same species displaying sexual dimorphism, again, where males and females are different sizes and shapes. So we're not really sure if these are different species, the same species with males and females, or what. But it's really cool to see all these different shapes. And because that's an instrument, basically, that air is coming through, those are different shaped instruments. So just like a trumpet would make a different sound than a trombone, it stands to reason that each one of these guys would produce a different sound when it did vocalize. The last thing, well, not the last thing, because I could talk about these all day. Another cool thing, there's a distinct possibility there was like a skin mesh, almost webbing type of situation in between where the crest comes around the back and the back of the neck, right? So you can imagine like the web foot of a duck has like that webbing between the toe bones. Now imagine there's that thin webbing between that big, long bone that comes out the back and attaching down into the back of the head and the back of the neck. We're not really sure. And those may have had coloration as well. Again, maybe displays for fighting, maybe displays for flirting. TBD. We're just not really sure.
I want to give a shout out to people in the chat helping me find the word opposite of ancestor. I got descendant, successor, and my favorite, now-cester.
Wait, say that again?
And Sasha. So now-cester, like the ancestor, but it's alive now.
Now-cester. There's a couple of comments from Instagram I want to highlight. You said Thonaris said, I read somewhere that Parasaurolophus were relatively rare compared to other Hadrosaurs. I mean, we found a lot of Hadrosaurs. We have found some Parasaurolophus, but I think they might be slightly more rare. Not positive. And Kirby Fit said, it'd be a great episode to talk about the different ways dinosaurs have mated. Oh, we are definitely going to do a dinosaur mating session. I'm just trying to figure out if that would be better on a weekday or a weekend. Today is Holy Hadrosaur Sunday. I want to keep.
We are definitely going to do a dinosaur mating session.
Of course. Well, we're not going to do. You know what I'm saying. We're going to talk about dinosaur reproduction. That will be one of the most fun. In fact,
great way to approach this.
Also a good time to mention that all of these Zoom meetings are uploaded to my YouTube channel, The Dinosaur Show, every day or every night after this is over. And I have an episode on there that's literally just called Dinosaur Sex. So if you can't wait till we talk about it here, check out the YouTube channel, The Dinosaur Show. While I'm giving myself plugs, again, if you want to throw me a couple bones to support this, bones, get it? Get it? Because they're dinosaurs and they're fossils. Bones, get it? You see what I did there? If you want to throw me a couple bones on Venmo, I'm Dustin-Growick. That is Growick, or on PayPal, GROWICK@gmail. Also, I feel like I have to self-promote because that's one of the bingo cards. Grace, it looked like Grace had something she wanted to say. Yes, Grace?
No, I have a question from Eric. He wants to know, did hadrosaurs have feathers?
Feathers. We don't have any evidence of hadrosaurs having feathers at this point. We have a lot of really well-preserved skin impression fossils. So we know like exactly what, at least some of the species, what the pattern of the scales look like, which is really cool. But at this point, no evidence of feathers, but definitely evidence of of scales in its skin. It's a really cool pattern. It's like asymmetrical. It's great.
I have a question from my friend Tuesday. She wants to know what, if any, method is used for determining scale color. I know we talked about with the feathers that they could kind of see. Oh, let's see. I took my note.
This is another bird example too. Yeah, so looking at what type of colors modern birds can see, it's been inferred what type of colors dinosaurs can and can't see, and therefore what colors they must have been.
Ooh. Wait, what was the question though?
I'm sorry.
If there was a method for, I know we have like how they're starting to figure out the feather colors, but is there a method for determining the scale colors?
There was one dinosaur they found in Canada that was an ankylosaur that had this reddish underbelly, somewhat red, we think. I don't remember the methodology they used to figure that out. I don't know if pigments were somehow preserved. I forget. I'm way more versed in the feather coloration and the chromatophores. That's a really good question. Someone should look into that.
I have a question.
Please hit us.
So you talked about how hadrosaurs have like multiple rows of teeth. Do they work the same way that shark teeth work? Like, do they just like fall out or get like too grinded down and then just immediately get replaced? Is that kind of how that works? Or do we not know?
What do you mean? Like I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Like if they would wear down and then fall off, or like be broken off?
Well, so like shark teeth work where they just either fall out or they break and one moves forward to immediately replace it. And if the teeth of like a hadrosaur either fall out or grind down too far that they're kind of useless, do they get replaced the same way, or is it a little bit different?
Oh, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I mean, they have these dental batteries where, the underside, there's always new teeth growing. But I'm not sure if it's simply like being worn down and replaced. I'm not sure. It's a good question.
Okay.
I love it when you guys ask questions that I don't know the answer to, because it just means there's more for us to discover and explore and learn together.
We've got a question from Instagram.
Oh, do we?
Idea how hadrosaurs navigated through water. Is there any theory as to what their swimming technique looked like?
Look at you, Grace, monitoring Instagram questions. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better co-host. Anyway, no, we don't know. I mean, we thought for a while, we actually thought originally, at least some people thought, that this crazy big head trombone was actually like a scuba apparatus, or I guess not scuba, but snorkel apparatus, allowing them to breathe while in water. We don't know. We don't think that's the case anymore. I mean, but they were big four-legged herbivores. So I don't know if, you can imagine a cow or a horse slowly moving through water, probably similar. I mean, they were definitely adapted to a terrestrial on-ground lifestyle. So my best answer to that is, how do they move through water? Awkwardly. If they did, we don't even know.
I want to take a second for shout outs.
Please.
Natty got bingo, Keisha and Daniel got bingo, and Rob lost a tooth.
Rob lost a tooth? Like during our time together? Like right now? Like, Rob, do you have it? Do you actually have the tooth? Rob, I'm unmuting you.
Do you have the tooth?
You have the tooth that you
Show
just...
us the tooth.
My mom has it right now.
Wait, so you lost it in the last half an hour during this Zoom conversation?
No, I didn't lose it. My mom took it. She literally, I couldn't eat my lunch right here without pain. So mom just literally tapped it and it came out. And now she has it downstairs and putting it in a Ziploc bag.
Wait, she tapped it. She didn't like take a crowbar and like hoist it out of there?
No. She
Okay.
like, I was trying to pull it out. I put like all my force and it wouldn't come out. And then she just, and it came right out. I'm like, how did you do that?
That's what moms are for.
Now I'm eating again.
Good. That's a good reminder, everyone, that we have one infant set of teeth, and we grow our permanent adult teeth. Not the case for most dinosaurs. So Rob, if you were a dinosaur, you could grow a new one, lose it, grow a new one, lose it. But you got to be careful with this new set. It's one set you got. Unless you're that one guy from Tiger King who apparently after the show came out got a bunch of money and now got a whole new set of teeth. You know who I'm talking about, one of his husbands.
Wow.
Never mind.
Spoiler alert.
Anyway.
I got a question. Wait,
Yeah.
first of all, Bryn got bingo. Natty got another bingo. And Kai wants to know, were crests sexually dimorphic?
Maybe. We talked a little bit about that. Let me show these crests again. Yeah, like I said, we found different animals of different sizes, like different, for instance, Parasaurolophus with different size crests. And again, we're not sure if they were simply different species, like the different size animals with different size crests. We don't know if they were different animals that were closely related, or they were the same species showing the sexual dimorphism, the different size or shape of the crest between a female and a male. We have decent evidence to suggest they were sexually dimorphic, but it's hard to know because of all the difference and the diversity in the size and shape of these. I would guess yes, probably.
Awesome. Oh, and Natty says that duckbill dinos regrow teeth every month to answer Jada's question.
Every month. They pay rent on the first and they regrow teeth. That's what they do on the first of the month. Okay, so it is almost 12:40. It's 12:38. I think, Kristina, we should go through, we did some Q&A. I think we should go through our drawings, also ID any dino toys we need to. We'll do a quick recap, and then you should all stick around to find out what we're talking about tomorrow, because I'm really, well, like I'm not excited every day to do this, but I'm excited about tomorrow for sure. So, Kristina, Grace, any other co-hosts? You guys, oh wait, no, we're doing drawings. So hold up, please, all our friends, hold up either your drawings or a toy dino you need to get ID'd, and we'll see what we can do. So Megan, coming correct with the orangish yellow Parasaurolophus. I think that is you next to it for scale. I love that you guys are including things for scale. Without something for scale, it's just bad science. I'm into it. That's why whenever I find a dead animal, I always put this next to it, so we know what size it is. I'm angling for that chapstick sponsorship, but apparently this beauty and wellness brand doesn't like to be associated with dead animals. Whatever. All right, Rob, you're holding up what looks like Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. I would guess that's what it is. Let's see. Let's keep going. Jada, trombone quack. Yeah, basically. That makes sense. Trombone quack. Oh, I like that you put me next to it. That's me, right? That looks exactly like me. Okay. Nice. Wow, Chelsea is just on the skull for Holy Hadrosaurids. I like that. It looks good. I'd love to see some color on that, but you know, I'm a fan of the minimalism. The black and white works as well. Let's see what else.
Holy Hadrosaurus.
All right. Bryn, ooh, Xavier, I like that. We have a different color crest and then some different coloration on the body and on the tail. Definitely looks pretty good. Let's see. Denise. Oh, wow, that is saucy. Paint me like one of your French Parasaurolophus. Also, is it lying on a bed of money? What is going on here? Yeah? Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Baller.
That's the vibe.
Speaking of extra, into it. I'm going to unmute you, Denise, because it sounds like you may have something to say about that. Yeah. Go ahead, Denise. She's still muted. Hold on. Where'd she go? I lost you.
In the meantime, Tyrannosaurus shared that a Parasaurolophus crest is 28 chapsticks tall.
I love
long, by the way.
Love that. Okay, yeah. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, Denise.
Oh, I was saying I was listening to you, and you said that museums started charging money.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
See the Hadrosaur. So this is the Hadrosaur benefiting from all the museum money.
Of course, because everyone knows that museums are just always rolling in dough. I love that. It was, by the way, it was Hadrosaurus, not Parasaurolophus, that went first on display. But I love Parasaurolophus. Put it with the money every time. All right, hold up these drawings, Charlie and Sasha. Oh, I see a big heart, which is great because it really lets me know you love these things as much as I do. That is beautiful. Inez coming correct with the black and white sketch. This, speaking of thick lizards, yeah, this guy's got some chonk in the middle. I'm into it. Love the detail on the back and the crest. It's real good. What else we got? Natty. Heck yeah, purple. I like the lavender purple one. That is pretty. I like that one for sure. I like it's kind of rearing back. Maybe it's about to lean up on a tree. T. Oh, interesting. We have two different iterations here. One a little more detailed than the other. I like both of these a lot, actually. These are good. I especially like the orange stick figure one. Into that. All right, Eric. Oh, cool. Eric, can move that a little bit closer to the screen because I can see the head crest. I see a couple head crests. Nice. One is Joey and one is Goat. Do you mean Goat like the greatest of all time? Is that what you mean? No? Okay, that's what I think when I hear Goat. That's pretty good. What else we got here? Richard, show me what's happened. What's good, Richard? Yeah. Heck yeah. Someone for scale. I like that it's like this incognito shadowy figure next to it. Into that. I like the different underbelly shading color. I like that attention to detail there. Ceratops. Oh, wow. This has got a real cool crest. I like the blue color. This one's head almost looks like the head from Alien, like the Sigourney Weaver aliens. Remember those? It's a little bit similar to that. Miles, I know we've seen this before. That is a Parasaurolophus toy. We don't need to ID that one. Hi, Miles. Hi, Sasha. Shout out to people that share my genes. Hey, Sasha. That is my sister and my nephew. All right. Jessica. Wow. This is a little bit different of an iteration. It's stylized. We got some foliage around it. You guys.
Holy Hadrosaurs.
With the ring. Oh.
Amen.
Nice. Amen. Blessed be the Hadrosaurs. Next, Margot, another amazing digital sketch. Margot, you posted a bunch of yours on Twitter yesterday, and they were great. I absolutely love those. Please keep posting these guys, both on Insta and on Twitter. I will fangirl over them. Well, literally until you post more that I can fangirl on. Next, moving on, Philip. This is a cartoon. I don't know that he just did this, but it looks great. I can definitely see them wearing top hats. Oh, he's got a little necktie, a little bow tie into that. Okay. I don't see any toys we need identifying. Catherine, that is a Stegosaurus, a type of Stegosaurus behind you. We got a couple Parasaurolophus, which look like they're in like an evening desert situation. I'm into that. I'm a big fan of deserts. Okay. Moving together as a pair. Very romantic. Ashley. Ooh, Ashley, we got some stripes on the tail. No one has done quite like that. I like that. Maybe a display feature. Good. I got a big tree it's feeding on. Oh, we made one out of paper too? You made an origami Parasaurolophus? You guys on Insta are missing out on this amazing art.
That is awesome.
Remember, if you want to see any of these, every night I post these Zoom meetings on my YouTube channel, The Dinosaur Show. You can catch up there. All right, let's keep on moving. We got a couple more. Any other drawings? Anna. Nice. We like the thick. You use like a thick Sharpie for that one. I like that. Hashtag Dino 101. Thank you for labeling it. Dinosaurus Rex. What do we got? Ooh, we already saw yours. It's purple. Mary Beth. Oh, wow. Yellow underbelly. More of like a purple top. It's into that. I like the arms in the front. They're doing like a little, I don't even know what that is. It's like a thriller dance situation. Into it. Any last ones? Taishi's got a Parasaurolophus as a toy. Shout out to my mom. Thank you for making me. Is it true that I was conceived to Donna Summer's Bad Girls? This is something my father has said a couple times. My mom is denying that right now for the public. Too bad my dad's not watching. All right. I can't see. You got to zoom that in a little bit closer. Looks pretty good though. Okay, Amy. Oh, Amy, I love that you put the speculative like webbing crest connection situation. That is great. Also, can we see your shirt? Because it appears that there are some dinos on the shirt. I like that. Are there any Parasaurolophus on the shirt? I see Brachiosaurus. I see Triceratops. No paras. That's okay. No shirt is perfect. Daniel. Wow. Great crest. I like the spots on the top of the crest. Very reptilian, almost like frog-like. Oh, we got, okay. So Ben and Aries, you got what appears to be Dilophosaurus. That is Dilophosaurus. It's got the double mohawk crest situation from Jurassic Park. By the way, in Jurassic Park, they made it half as big as they actually were. They were about twice as big. They basically inverted the size of the Velociraptor and the Dilophosaurus. Also, the frill and the spitting, that's total creative license. We have zero evidence that actually happened, but it was a pretty cool touch. Dino West, we saw your para. Wow, we have so many. We saw Ryan and Sydney's. Those look great. Real good. Oh, Kayla coming correct with the red crest, the cheers. Is that a Kayla? Are they drinking champagne? What's going on there? Yeah. Okay. It's a good brunch mimosa situation. Nick, wow. I'm gonna have to start working on mine. Nikki, that is great. I like the black and white sketches. Wow, great digital drawing here. I love the different colors in the crest. Moni, you're holding a dino. Does anyone know? Any of my co-hosts know what dino that is?
Moni, oh, other than the T-Rex?
I think we got a T-Rex and a Indominus Rex there.
Amazing. Can you look at Natty's screen? Natty needed a dino ID too.
We'll come back to that one sec. I just want to click quickly to Augustin with the Jurassic Park shirt and the very beautiful Parasaurolophus. I like that you use like the Post-it note size each time, keeping them small, keeping them compact. I thought I saw my friend Rick on here. Did he disappear? And who did you want me to click on again?
Natty. Yeah, we'll go.
Natty.
I'm trying to find Natty.
Natty. I got you, Natty.
There we go. Oh, wow. That also Dilophosaurus with the big frill. A creative license. We don't think they actually had a frill like that or could spit, but hey, it's a cool, fun detail. All right, we are coming. Oh, Rick Schwartz. There it is. Is that Rick? Rick, can I see your face? I haven't seen you in a minute. You guys, look who has joined us. This is Rick, Zookeeper Rick, world famous Zookeeper Rick of the San Diego Zoo. You guys, if you don't follow Zookeeper Rick on all of the socials, you're missing out on some amazing animal content. That is Zookeeper Rick. And you are holding, what are you holding there? I'm going to unmute you for a hot second. Coming all the way from San Diego. What are you holding there? What
do you see, buddy? Hey,
species?
We dug through our plastic dinosaurs, and we found this one on the belly. It does say it's I believe it's a Hadrosaurus. It's got a very Parasaurolophus. Sorry, it's got a very tiny little crest there.
Maybe a female Parasaurolophus, showing difference between males and females. I like that it included the completely anatomically accurate detail that we find in all dinosaur fossils, where the name is just on their belly, right?
Right.
It was
really
very,
very easy to identify in that way.
Yeah, really easy to identify them when they did that for us. Shout out to Rick. Follow Zookeeper Rick all over the place. All right,
Kristina. Correction for you.
What? Say it again.
I have a correction for you. The most recent Indominus Rex that you identified, Moni Padilla pointed out that it's the Indoraptor.
You're right. It is from the new.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah.
Amazing.
Sorry, Indoraptor. I'm not as great with the Jurassic World as I am with the first one, because that's what we acknowledge as an actual cinematic classic. Anywho. All right, so today, you guys, just a quick little recap. Today, we talked about hadrosaurs, the duck-billed hadrosaurs that lived at the late Cretaceous, herbivores. Their diagnostic or easily identifiable feature was that big, long, almost snout-like duck-bill situation. They grew teeth throughout their lives, kept replacing them, and a lot of them made big, loud, honking noises, including our favorite Hadrosaurus, the first dinosaur to ever be put on a display, mounted on a display in a museum in the United States. Then we moved on to one of Kristina's favorite dinosaurs, the Corythosaurus. Right, Kristina? I'm actually going to screen share for a hot second again. We started with our friend right here, the Hadrosaurus. We moved on to Kristina's friend right here, the Corythosaurus, the Corinthian helmet lizard with that really, as she described it, extra feature on its skull. Love that. And last, but absolutely not least, possibly the opposite of least, our friend, my favorite, the Parasaurolophus, the big honking crest. Megan's got the shirt today. I love it. Probably, well, it is. It is tied for my absolute favorite dinosaur with Deinonychus. This is our friend Parasaurolophus with the crazy different crests, which is such a weird, cool feature. And it speaks to what we talk about all the time. Big, crazy, weird, extra features on dinosaurs, either fighting or flirting, sometimes both. Hard to say, hard to know. Kristina, do you have any final parting words or thoughts, or any of my co-hosts for that matter, before I tell you what we're going to talk about tomorrow?
I do. So today we talked about how Hadrosaurs use as possibly for amplifying sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is louder than a Hadrosaur?
What is louder than a Hadrosaur? I don't know. We don't think
Hadrosaurs.
We don't think T-Rex roared. We think it more like cooed rather than like a roar. I'm not sure. My first guess would be
Dustin.
that hadrosaurs are the loudest of the dinosaurs. I'm not positive, but that'd be a decent guess.
Dustin.
Yeah. Yes, Grace.
It's a joke.
It was a joke. The answer is what's louder than a hadrosaur? 2 hadrosaurs.
It's a joke.
Joke.
Wow. Wow. Listen,
Try
I
to
think
keep up.
leave the comedy to me, okay?
That was a great
Come
joke,
on.
Kristina.
Thank you.
That was good. What's louder than a hadrosaur? 2 hadrosaurs. Wow. I don't know how I missed that one. I'm going to go back to comedy school. All right. Anyway, you guys, we did it. It is 12:50. Went a little bit longer than normal, but that's all right because we asked and answered a lot of great questions. Tomorrow, it's Monday. Tomorrow's Monday. Yep, tomorrow's Monday.
Uh-huh.
We're going to talk about the Ornithomimus Ores. Kristina, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know what the Ornithomimus Ores are? And can you figure out based on the name what they might be? Ornithomimus Ore. Kristina's face is maybe frozen. I believe her face is frozen, so I'm going to move on to. Oh wait, she's back. There we go. Do you have any idea? Ornitho.
I'm back. Ornithomimus Ores. So ornitho, like bird.
Yep.
Mimo, like pretending. So it's
Mimic.
like a bird, but it's not.
Yeah, mimic, mimo, like, yeah, the bird mimic dinosaurs, exactly. Also, they're known as like the ostrich dinosaurs. We're talking things like Gallimimus, Struthiomimus, that type of thing. You may remember Gallimimus from my favorite scene in the original Jurassic Park, where they're out in the field and they have the herd of Gallimimus running and they hide behind that felled tree as the T-Rex comes out and eats one. And Tim is like, there's so much blood. Those are Gallimimus, type of Ornithomimus. So we're going to talk about those tomorrow. Almost inarguably the fastest dinosaurs too. The fastest moving dinos. That is tomorrow. That is Monday. I'm excited. You guys, I think that just about wraps it up. Do we have any final words from any of our co-hosts?
I think I found a new favorite dinosaur.
Say it again?
I think I found a new favorite dinosaur. Parasaurolophus is really cool.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I'm on Megan's team now.
I want that shirt, Megan. I'm gonna need it. All right, so you guys, tomorrow, Ornithomimus Ores. I don't care if you're digging it down in your drawer to find the perfect dinosaur shirt or simply trying to figure out what the heck these things sounded like. Never stop digging.